Think you're the ultimate Stranger Things fan? In this quiz, I'll ask 2 questions from every episode across seasons 1 to 5. Only true fans will get them all right. Keep track of your score and comment your result at the end. Let's get started. What number did Will roll during the boys' Dungeons and Dragons game? The answer is C, 7.
It was a 7.
Huh?
The roll. It was a 7.
In a flashback, what movie did Joyce tell Will she had tickets for them to go see? It was B, Poltergeist. Who said, "We never would have upset you if we knew you had superpowers"? That was C, Dustin.
Right?
We never would have upset you if we knew you had superpowers.
What song begins playing on the radio when Joyce follows the lights down the hallway for the first time? It was B, Should I Stay or Should I Go? What does Lucas call his slingshot? A wrist rocket.
Hammer, camouflage bandana, and the wrist rocket.
What animal does Dr. Brenner try to make 11 harm during a test? B, a cat. Which boy tries on the blonde wig before 11 wears it? It was A, Dustin. Where do the boys claim 11 is from when speaking to Mr. Clark? C, Sweden. Who kills the injured deer to put it out of its misery? C, neither did. It got dragged away to the Upside Down. Who does Dustin say he will tell Will was crying at his funeral? A, Jennifer Hayes. What store does 11 steal the Eggos from? It was from B, Bradley's Big Buy. What does 11 do to Troy after saving Mike from falling off the cliff? B, she breaks his arm.
She broke my arm!
What does Dustin use to test if the homemade sensory deprivation tank is ready? A, he used an egg. What company name is written on the side of the van that 11 flips? B, Hawkins Power and Light. What image is on the yo-yo attached to the bear trap in Jonathan's hallway? It was C, a smiley face. What does Jonathan bring Will while he is in the hospital? C. A new mixtape. When Steve and Nancy have dinner with Barb's parents, what are they eating? They were eating B. KFC. What is the name of Dustin's cat? C. Muse.
Muse?
What costume is Max wearing for Halloween? It was A. Michael Myers. What is Billy's license plate number? The correct answer is A. Thumbs up if you remembered that. What was the name of the clown that scared Bob when he was a kid? It was C. Mr. Baldo.
I spin around, and there he is, Mr. Baldo.
What chocolate bar does Dustin feed to Dart? B. A Three Musketeers. Who draws the short straw and has to climb into the dumpster to look for dirt? That was A. Lucas. Who does Billy warn Max to stay away from? B. Lucas. What does Dustin use to lure Dart out of his room and into the backyard? He used A. Baloney. What two things does Murray say he uses to help himself think? B. Vodka and music.
Music, really?
Yes, it helps me. What, think?
What action figure does Erica take from Lucas's room and make kiss her Barbie? It was B. He-Man. What nickname does Max give Lucas? A. Stalker. What number is tattooed on Callie's wrist? Callie has A. 008. What is the name of the man Callie and Eleven go to confront for hurting Eleven's mother? His name was C. Ray. When is Will's birthday? Will's birthday is A. March 22nd.
Do you know what March 22nd is? It's your birthday.
What message does Will spell out using Morse code? The answer is C. Close gate. What does Billy hit Steve with during their fight in the Byers' house? It was with B, a plate. What date was the snowball dance? A. December 15th, 1984. What movie do Lucas, Max, Will, and Mike sneak into the theater to watch? C. Day of the Dead. Which actress does Dustin say Susie is hotter than? C. Phoebe Cates.
Genius. Is she cute? Thinks Phoebe Cates only hotter.
What was the name of the lifeguard Billy took to the warehouse? Her name was C. Heather. Who does Joyce go to talk to about the magnets not working? She talked to A. Scott Clark. Who cracks the Russian code Dustin intercepted? It was B. Robin. What was Mike eating on the couch when 11 and Max spied on him using 11's powers? He was eating C. Doritos. What did Larry have locked inside the safe hidden in his bedroom wall? A. Land deeds. What does Erica demand in return for helping Steve, Robin, and Dustin sneak into the Russian storage room? She wanted A. Free ice cream for life.
And I'm talking free ice cream for life.
What was the name of the farm where Hopper and Joyce discovered the Russian operation? It was C. The Hess Farm. What gas station does Alexi find after running away from Hopper and Joyce? He found a 7-Eleven. What flavor Slurpee does Alexi ask Hopper to get him? B. A cherry Slurpee. What kind of backpack does Erica bring with her into the Russian tunnels? It was A. My Little Pony. What movie was playing in the theater when Dustin, Erica, Steve, and Robin escaped the Russian lab? It was C. Back to the Future. Who does Robin say she was jealous of in high school because she couldn't stop staring at Steve in class? B. Tammy Thompson. What was Murray's call sign on the walkie-talkie with Dustin? It was B. Bald Eagle.
Scoops Troop, this is, Bald Eagle.
What 2 words does 11 say to Billy that help break the Mind Flayer's control? It was C. 7 feet.
7.
feet.
What class did Dustin get a D- in before Susie hacked the system to change his grade? It was an A, Latin. What was Jonathan making in his woodshop class? He was making a birdhouse. What is the name of the trailer park where Max and Eddie live? C. Forest Hills Trailer Park. What did Eddie hold to Steve's neck when they found him hiding? A broken beer bottle. What cereal is Eddie eating while sitting in the boat? He was eating C, honeycombs. What number was on the police car that took 11 away after the incident with Angela? The answer is A, 1278. Which famous movie star was Robin excited to see on a poster hanging up in Nancy's room? It was B, Tom Cruise.
Oh my God, you have a Tom Cruise poster. You have a Tom Cruise poster.
That's
What date is shown on Billy's gravestone when he died? B. July 4th, 1985. What state does Mike say Susie lives in? He said she lived in B, Utah. What was the name of the isolation tank Papa placed 11 into? It was A, Nina. What was the name of the rock formation where Eddie was hiding? The answer is C, Skull Rock.
Where is he?
Where are you?
Skull Rock. Do you know it?
Yeah, that's near Cornwall.
Who told 11 that sometimes Papa doesn't tell the truth? That was A, Henry.
Sometimes Papa doesn't tell the truth.
When Dustin and Lucas borrowed Holly's light bright, what does Erica give Holly to keep her quiet? B, Skittles. In 11 and Henry's chess game, which color pieces does 11 play? She was A, black. How many times did Max say Vecna's clock chimed? She said it was C, 4 times. What type of weapon were the two Sinclairs making? They were making C, spears. What did Steve say he used to do when he was a baby? A, crawl backwards. What food had Hopper been dreaming about while he was locked in the Russian prison? It was B. Breadsticks and lasagna.
Maggots. So yeah, I've been dreaming about breadsticks and lasagna, I'm assuming.
What TV show marathon did Hopper say he wanted to watch after 11 finished her run? He wanted to watch A. Miami Vice.
Maybe we could watch a Miami Vice marathon.
What song does Robin play when it is time for the crawl? She plays A, Upside Down. What was Ted Wheeler doing while Holly was being taken by the Demogorgon? He was A, golfing out back. What book did Mike see sitting on a table as he walked past a hospital room? It was B, A Wrinkle in Time. What snack does Hopper take out of his bag to share with 11 to help her recharge? C, beef jerky. What was Mr. Scott Clark teaching Erica's class about? A, wormholes.
What's neat about wormholes?
What year was it in Henry's school memory that Max entered? It was B, 1959. What theme was the lunchbox Derek hid the walkie-talkie in? A, G.I. Joe. What movie did Dustin compare Vecna's dark magic shield generator to? It was B, Star Wars.
You've all seen Return of the Jedi, I hope?
Yeah, that's the one with the teddy bears.
Ewoks.
What poster was on Holly's wall in the room at Henry's house? B, Alice in Wonderland. What did Dustin say was floating above Hawkins Lab in the Upside Down? He said it was A, exotic matter.
Theoretical physicists call it exotic matter. A single...
Where does Max tell Holly to go in the Upside Down so they can find her? She told her to go to C, Holly's house. Who does Murray keep calling Snookums? C, Scott Clark. What two objects did Steve use to explain his beanstalk plan? B, a slinky and a flashlight.
Okay, this flashlight is the squawk radio tower, and the slinky...
Who was the first person to climb through the hole into the abyss? It was A, Nancy. What did 11 give Hopper on the roof of the upside-down Hawkins Lab? She gave him a bracelet. Who is your favorite Stranger Things character? Tell us in the comment section below and let us know if you believe 11 is still alive somewhere. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 to this challenge. Thank you so much for playing.